What's up? This is Ryan McDougall at Capcom, and I'm here with Jonathan Holmes of Destructoid.
You remembered my name? Ryan McDougall, thank you.
Of course I remembered your name. You give me the most memorable interviews I've ever done.
Oh, you're so sweet, Ryan McDougall.
So, what are you showing us today?
We're checking out Resident Evil Revelations. Been pretty excited about this one ever since I checked out a brief bit of the demo at last year at one of those conventions. How long is this demo? Tell me about it.
This demo's a good 10-12 minutes. Really, it depends on you, Jonathan, how quickly you play through it. Are you familiar with what Resident Evil Revelations is about? Can you tell us about the game?
There's a beautiful legs. I'm saying, what is this?
Oh, this is how the demo starts off. It's a nice slow pan over Jill Valentine's body.
Is that in-game graphics right there?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
That's wow.
If I shut up now, the interview will start sucking.
That's incredible.
Resident Evil Revelations is the best looking 3DS game.
Yeah, like bar none, right?
Yeah, I say that as a product manager, but I feel like I'm being pretty honest right now.
Who's that fat man?
The fat man is Parker Luciani. He's your Italian partner. He's part of the BSAA. He's going to be helping you in this mission. Right now, the story is set in between Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5, sort of connecting how we got from one place to the next. And your mission is to find Chris Redfield. His last known GPS coordinates put him on a cruise liner in the middle of the ocean. You're investigating this cruise liner, and given that it's Resident Evil, some spooky shit starts going down.
So you're in a mansion.
You're in a mansion, or are you? You're on a cruise liner, and it appears that somebody's built some of this mansion into the cruise liner itself.
And I immediately have to do a puzzle. This is classic Resident Evil right here.
That's exactly right. It starts off with a puzzle. It starts off with sort of the more classic, traditional Resident Evil, and that's true throughout the game. You know, as sort of a counterpoint to what we're doing with Operation Raccoon City, this is really looking at Resident Evil from its roots, more about survival horror, you know, more about some of the puzzles, some of the story.
I hate to interrupt you, but I just ran into a bathroom, and there is a tub filled with dirty water. And the nostalgia, like, building up inside me right now is so hard. They really were willing to go straight back to it.
Oh, for sure. That's really the goal here, is to reconnect with the roots of Resident Evil, make it more about the narrative and the horror. Especially with the 3DS, what we've seen is that...
Ah! Sorry. I thought something... Ah! What the... This thing came out of the closet, and it's all like Silent Hill cross Resident Evil. It's got spikes coming out of its face. It's like, what's up? And then I shoot it, and then it like drains into a puddle of blood and gray slime.
Yeah, that's an important bit at the end there. When he dispatched the enemy, it sort of melts down. It's a bit of a water-based creature. We don't have a proper name for it yet, but it's going to be very important in this game. You're going to face a couple of them in this demo. What they're really about is, the goal is to connect the idea of horror and the idea of fear. There you go. It's like he is the screwdriver right now.
Right now I'm undoing a panel. I got some screws. Oh, I got to connect the lines. It's straight back into the puzzles.
Oh, for sure. It's not Resident Evil without a sliding puzzle right up front.
Shotgun.
There you go.
Pick up the shotgun.
Now it's a Resident Evil game, folks.
I know that the game presumably starts on a ship.
Yes, that's the primary setting of this is on the ship. We've sort of hinted at a couple other scenarios throughout the game.
Ah! Jesus Christ, really? What? They're doing it! They're doing it right this time! I mean, I like Resident Evil 5, don't get me wrong, I liked it. But as an old man, I have a particular idea of what Resident Evil is supposed to be. Resident Evil 5 was different from that, it was great. But this is Resident Evil coming back to what it's supposed to be in the first place. But with all the advantages of Resident Evil 4 and 5 in terms of gameplay. It's really hard to dispute, and it's so good looking. Either those dudes come right up on you, and the textures look great even up close when they're filling up the screen. I'm out of ammo. How do I switch that shotgun?
Left and right on the D-pad.
Yeah. Oh,
there you
go. Huh? All right, come on. He's coming up for the headshot.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, that didn't.
That's the good stuff.
Whoa. So I am completely out of ammo right now. But that's what I love about classic Resident Evil was the pacing of the ammo.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and those guys don't give you any ammo when you kill them, from what I can tell, at least so far.
More puzzles, less ammo.
Right.
I'm thinking about putting it on the box.
So I'm already out of ammo. That hasn't happened to me in a Resident Evil game since, I think, Resident Evil 0.
Yeah. And that's what this is about, is really, you know, connecting what the player will be experiencing with what the character is experiencing. The 3D helps us with that. It's a little bit more immersive. It's a little bit more involved.
Yep.
But at the same time, if you were on a weird-ass cruise ship with a mansion built onto it that obviously has some triggering connections for you, what would you be doing? I'd be running away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be getting my butt out of there. There's a map on the touchscreen.
Yep.
That really helps us a lot with the 3DS. We're able to do things like that. Obviously, the graphics are a big part of that as well.
And I have to say, the 3D. Ah! What? There's two of them. What?
Run away. Run away.
His fangs are in my body. Oh, what is that? What came out of his mouth? What was that? He's got like a tube worm coming out of his mouth. Oh, what? I hate this guy.
That is an HR violation at the minimum.
Yeah, it's so creepy, and I'm completely out of ammo. There's two lumbering, disgusting, psychotic beasts coming out of me that have leeches for tongues.
Just run by them.
Just run. Oh, and I haven't done that in a Resident Evil game in a long time. Just run by them. Why are you looking at me like that? This is serious.
In conclusion, I would like to mention we don't have a release date for this yet, but keep an eye out soon. You can play an exclusive demo that's actually different than the one that we're playing today when you pick up Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D June 28th.
Yeah, whatever he said. This game is amazing. I can't even listen to him while I'm playing it. And the 3D is perfect. It's not so much that it's constantly like screaming at you, like I'm 3D, pay attention to me. It's just subtle enough that it really sucks you into the game, like you're really there.
It's immersion. It's the type of the 3DS gameplay that a hardcore fan, the Destructoid audience, this is what they've been asking for. It's less of the gyroscope, it's more of the immersion.
I'm sold. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, man.
It's always a pleasure. Jesus Christ, I got to take a shower now or something.